Now we have audio. What's good, YouTube? It's White Mike, and today we're going to talk about some updates as well as some changes. Let's get into it. We are back in the studio here. As you can see, it's a little different. We do have some sound treatment on the walls. I did make a video about that, but I did not get to edit or post that video, so we're going to probably get to that. May or may not post it, but anyways, before we jump into it, please hit that subscribe button if you want to see more content just like this. Promise you won't regret it. Or hit the notification bell if you're into that. You'll get notified whenever I post a video. So I'm officially back, whatever that means. There's really only about one more month left in this year for 2019, and then we'll be heading into 2020. I think right now I have a little over 500 subs, so if you did subscribe to this channel, I appreciate that, and thanks for watching and being a part of whatever this is. I hope that we can grow a lot more. I know my kind of goal was to get 1,000 before the end of 2019, but that's obviously not gonna happen with, you know, 1 month left. I mean, it's gonna be a grind to try to get even more and more people to hit that subscribe button. I did get a lot of views, but a lot of those haven't really translated into subscribers, so I'm trying to figure out what it is I'm not doing that doesn't get those people to hit that button. So please hit that subscribe button. I really do appreciate it. I will be doing a giveaway at 1,000 subscribers. I don't know what that will be, but once I get there, I will let you guys know what we're gonna be giving away. And it should be something related to, you know, photography, videography, or whatnot. So obviously I haven't posted it in a while, but that was mainly because I had this wedding that I had to edit and get it out. I still have a few things that I need to edit for them, as well as get an album out. But for the most part, my time is gonna be free to make more content here. So I really do wanna know in the comments what type of content you're looking for. If there's something you want reviewed or something like that, I can definitely try to get to that, or any questions you have about the stuff that I actually use, and I can make videos about that as well. So just, yeah, keep engaged, and I will try to, you know, communicate with everyone. And if you want to get like behind the scenes stuff or kind of interact with me a little more, go ahead and go on my Instagram and follow me there. I am trying to get to 1,000 subscribers here because you do get a lot more interaction and like YouTube stories, not only like monetization, but you get to do like a bunch of other things that you can't do until you hit that milestone of 1,000. So that's really the main reason I'm trying to get to 1,000, so I can interact more with everyone. So the point here is that we finished strong in 2019, and I'm gonna try to like pump out content as much as I possibly can. I know it's more of like a holiday season, so I don't know if people have time to watch a lot more videos or if I'll have time to shoot more videos, but I'm definitely gonna be trying to do stuff like that. I have a bunch of videos that are on the back burner that I was working on before I had to kind of take a break and do this edit and stuff. So I don't know if I'm gonna be able to post all those videos. Some of them may just get scrapped, but I will be trying to post some of them, I hope. If not, we'll just create new ones. It's not that big of a deal. And there are a few other creators that I'm gonna be working with that are pretty new or just kind of starting up. There's one, his name is Vu. I met him, I did like a gimbal trade with him, and I have since undid my trade, not with him, but I traded that gimbal back for the one that I traded him. Long story short, been working with him. He does a lot of good work. He's just trying to get his channel up, but I'm gonna be putting his information in the description as well. So go ahead, click that link and subscribe to him as well. He's gonna be posting a lot of content. I may even have him on the channel here or collaborate with him. And the other guy is Keel. I think he goes by Keel the Visual. He has a very nice Instagram as well as a YouTube channel. You need to check his stuff out. He does music videos and content like that. He kind of reached out to me for like mentoring for music videos, and I have yet to get to work with him, but just from an online standpoint, he is local to me, and I have been like kind of like helping him out with just like giving him my opinion, and then he just takes that and he does whatever he needs to do. But he's doing some pretty good work, so I need y'all to go check him out. He also watches like YC and everything just like I do, so he's really good at what he does, and I think these two guys are gonna be pushing out pretty good content. And hopefully you go and hit those links in the description and go check them out. Give them a follow, subscribe, whatever. So another thing that I wanted to talk about is I am now an official affiliate for Prop Movie Money. It's propmoviemoney.com. They did send me a bunch of prop money for free that I'm gonna be doing kind of like an unboxing / review on, and I do have links in the description. These are an affiliate link, so if you do buy something from them, I do get a little kickback. That does not have anything to do with why I am promoting them. They don't pay me other than anything that I get from you buying. So far, I think I've only had one person buy, and that was Vu, who I just mentioned earlier. But yeah, I hope to be doing content with that surrounded so that I can kind of give you a more understanding of what prop movie money is and why it's beneficial to you. As I do music videos, prop movie money, it really comes in handy when you need that money for the videos. You know, you don't have to worry about when you throw it out, picking it back up and making sure all the real money's there. And it's used in movies and everywhere else anyway, so it's like just something to have. It's something you can build into your packages, like, hey, you need $1 million for the shoot, I got $1 million, I'm gonna charge you to use it. But it's just a good asset, honestly, and it, like I said, it's something that I used. I actually reached out to them and that's how I became an affiliate, so it's definitely something that I use in my videos, and I'm gonna be giving you that information as to why you should get some yourself. So no obligation to buy anything or anything like that, just letting you know for any future videos that you know that I am an affiliate. And then also I don't know if any of you watch Henny, but he does all his YouTube content. Again, I'll leave a link to his channel as well. He does all his content, music editing, video editing, YouTube channel stuff, all of that on his iPad, and he uses LumaFusion. It's something that I've always heard about but never actually went and bought. So I also reached out to LumaFusion and they actually gave me the software so that I can do a review on it. Now, just so you know, they aren't paying me, they aren't a sponsor. Prop Movie Money is also not a sponsor. I'm just an affiliate, and LumaFusion, again, I'm not an affiliate, I'm not sponsored, I'm not getting paid in any way. I'm gonna be making a video about LumaFusion, my experience from like start to finish, things that I do and don't like, and I'm gonna kind of just send it to them so they can also kind of take note of things that I think should be improved. But my review and take on that is purely what I think. I don't allow anyone to influence or persuade my opinion or pros and cons. I'm not gonna tell you something's good if it sucks. If it sucks, I'm gonna tell you it sucks, and that's the fact of the matter. No amount of money or anything is gonna let me sit here and tell you to buy something that I would not personally recommend and I would not use. So you never have to worry about that, even in the future. That's not what I do, and I have no intent on selling you something that I don't think you need. So that's that. Just wanted to touch on those few things. Sorry, I'm a little rusty, so I'm like looking at these notes, so there may be a lot of cuts in these videos. I don't use a teleprompter. Well, I do use a teleprompter, but I use it for something different, and I don't like the way teleprompter videos sound because they sound really robotic and like they don't sound genuine. So I'm just trying to speak from my mind. It's something that I'm used to doing when I work and doing consulting and stuff like that, so it's not hard for me to speak without using something that's already written. I just want to make sure that I touched on this stuff. So we can put this away now for the part of the video that is kind of like the reason you probably clicked on this. So let's not beat around the bush. I don't know what the A7S II white balance is on. So if the color is messed up in this video, I apologize. All right, I just hope this video turns out good. I'm using an iPhone XR up there. I have the A7S II right here in 24-70. So yes, the title's a bit misleading. I did not leave Sony, still using my Sony. I just bought a different camera brand for my A camera. I'm gonna kind of talk about why that is. As you may have seen in a bunch of my other videos, you will note, I think even in my intro, that I don't have any brand loyalty. I don't really care what brand camera it is. I just use the best tool for the job. The cameras at the end of the day are a tool. I've seen people make motion picture quality stuff on a T2i, so the camera you use doesn't really make a difference. It's how you use it and if you put it to use. So just kind of learn your camera, you know, learn the benefits, learn the pros, the cons, and kind of work around those things. And those limitations will actually make you better, I think, because if you don't have any limitations, you don't never have to think about it. It's like a zoom versus a prime. A zoom, you may just sit there and zoom in and out, where if you have a prime, you gotta move your feet, you gotta find different angles. It's just one of those things. So what did I do? I went out and bought a new camera, and that was bought with money that I got from selling my A7 III. And this is the new camera, the EOSR. And I know what you're thinking, not another EOSR video. Everyone, not everyone, but a lot of people have switched from whatever camera they were using to the EOSR. I'm still shooting Sony. This is with the A7S II. The autofocus isn't that great, but it has the 24-70. I'm on zone, so it's only using this area. I hope that it doesn't back focus, because that's one of the issues I have with Sony. But let's talk about why I got this camera. And actually, I'm not even gonna unbox it yet. I'm gonna do a separate video about unboxing, but I will open it up in this video. But the reason I got the EOSR is I wanted another A cam. The A7 III, as good as it is, had a little bit more of an issue than I really wanted to deal with. I would love to have had an A7 III and an EOSR, but it's just money-wise, I couldn't make it work. So I sold the A7 III. I kept the A7S II because my particular A7S II has issues with the buttons and they don't work. So I still know how to use it. So anyone else picked up my A7S II, they wouldn't know what to do with it. Basically, this camera is gonna be my A cam. And why would I go to this? Well, there is flip out screen. It does 4K, it does 1080, just like everything else, but it has the dual pixel autofocus, which is, hate it or not, it is a little bit better and a little bit more accurate than the Sonys. I thought it wasn't that big of a difference, but after messing with this, I know that it is specifically true, especially with back focusing. Sony has a real big problem. Even with the face detect, it's supposed to prioritize your face. It'll still go and focus on something behind you for some freaking reason, even though it's logically not supposed to do that. Yes, it has one card slot, but I love the grip and the fact that you can get the EF lenses, the cheap Canon L glass, all that old school stuff that is really good on this camera, and it works just like it's native was another big thing, because the Sony lenses are so expensive. I mean, I had the A7 III, the 20-75, the 17-28. I had a really good kit. Like, I could have shot anything with that. The other thing was the bit rates. The video bit rates on this are way better. It's like the same bit rates I would get with my Atomos, but with the A7 III, I would have to hook it up to the Atomos to get a better bit rate. And the way that it transcodes footage to the HDMI, I don't think that it was giving you any better quality. Whatever comparisons I could find, I couldn't find a difference. So the bit rates are better here. The color, of course, everyone talks about that. The color is a little better, and then the C-Log, and as well as the 10-bit. So this can do 10-bit out. The only problem is that 10-bit is only for 4K, so that cropped 4K is what's gonna give you that. It gives you 8-bit only, 422 out for 1080. But as far as 1080 internal, 4K internal, it's about the same as the Sony as far as what you get out of HDMI, aside from this does 10-bit and 4K. So, what else did I buy? This is the body. This is the EOSR body. Let's take it out. Manuals. Again, I'm not gonna do a unboxing. I'm doing an unboxing video, so you can watch that when it comes out. I just wanna take out the main things that I need. Battery. Camera body. So this is the EOSR right here. Now there are a few caveats that I don't like, and when I do a review on this, as far as like my pros and cons, I'm definitely gonna let you know, but the grip on this thing is like 10 times better than the Sony's. See, the Sony is not focusing. Let me hold it sideways. I'm blocking my face. It should be focusing right here. It's not focusing, see? On the EOSR, this would definitely be focusing. How can we get it to focus? We can't get it to focus. We can't get it to focus. I've covered up my eyes. That's a little too much work. And then it went back to my face. I give up. Anyway, I'll do it with the top down. So, yeah, it's got the flippy out screen, which I love. Now, it does cause issues when you have things pushed in here, like microphones. You can't really flip it all the way, or it hits it, or whatever, who cares? It's got a flippy screen. It has this top-down thing. I don't use that very often, but it's convenient to know. Let's try again. Still nothing. It's convenient to know that your settings right here, it's always on, which I find kind of weird because, I don't know, does it drain battery? I don't really like this on and off switch. I sometimes forget that it's on. The dial's really good. This swipey thing, not that great. And then the shutter comes down, everybody talks about that. It's not that big of a deal to me, honestly. It does it, it's cool, whatever. The only thing I do wish it had was like a spinny dial. Like Canon was known for the spinny dials, and this one just doesn't have it. Overall though, ergonomically, the grip, I love it. So that's the body. The other thing I got was this Godox Trigger. It's a Pro trigger. And why would I need this? I need this because I have Sony triggers for my 8600 but I never had a Canon trigger. This Canon trigger is definitely gonna come in handy for me so that I can use my strobes and my flashes on the Canon body. It's just something that I needed because I also do photos. Then the other thing I got was this battery grip, the BG-E22. This is the Canon battery grip. Will it focus now? This A7S II will not focus on anything. I'm sorry. I put a box up here, it doesn't focus. I'm done trying, okay? I'm not doing it anymore. The top up, Gucci. Let's go. BG-E22. So, battery grip. Again, not gonna be doing an unboxing, like official unboxing. I'm not gonna tell you everything that's in the package. I'm just going to take this out. Where the Sony does do a good job is it's focusing on my face and not this box. But it just doesn't focus when I want it to. As far as the battery grip goes, the reason I got it was you can put extra batteries in here, extend your battery life, and it just looks good. So let's pop this on. The cool thing is it's got, like, you know, these old school sync port in the front. You got the latch, obviously, that pulls out the battery pack. And the one thing that I haven't seen a lot of people mention is you can actually charge your batteries in this. There's a USB-C port on the front, and they include a charger, and you just put this in your camera, and you can charge the batteries on it in the body, which is dope. So let's pop this off. Got the battery, and the Canon batteries are pretty cheap, and they last a long time. So no big battery issues there. I have honestly been using this camera, put it back in the box just for this video. So just to let you know, I have already had my hands on it, and I have a bunch of things that I need to talk about that aren't gonna get covered in this video. I already forgot how to use this damn battery thing. My bad. That's definitely wrong. So the connections for the, you know, most battery packs have the connections in here. The connections are in the actual, in here. This just holds the batteries in place, which is honestly pretty cool. And then, like every other battery grip, you can put the door in here. Boom. Slide it in. Now this doesn't like increase the frames per second or anything that I know of. It literally just makes it bigger. This just feels amazing. I think the vertical grip is quite thick, maybe a little too thick, but the rest of it, it just feels, I don't know, it feels good. It feels like you're never gonna let this thing go. Whereas the Sonys like have a smaller grip. I don't really care that much about a grip, but this thing does definitely feel good in your hands. And it's way heavier with this grip on here. Let's try this again. Oh, now we wanna focus. Okay, Sony, I see. We trying to focus now, all right. I think Sony came to work today. The one thing I hate, I was gonna save this for review, but I hate that the lens button's here. Sony's is so convenient. You put your right hand here, you wanna change lenses, you press the button, spin the cap. This one, you have to go over here, hold it awkwardly with your right hand or hold it with your left hand and pop it off. Like you have to kind of two-hand it. With the Sonys, I just hit the button here and just pop it off. Not that big of a deal. Got this drop-in mount filter, drop-in filter mount adapter. So they have 3 different adapters. Oh, now it wants to focus. It's so weird. So they have 3 different adapters. They have, now it stopped focusing. So they have 3 different adapters. They have a standard adapter for $100. They have the one with the ring on it for $199, and then they have this one, which I honestly think is overpriced. It is $399. So the benefit is that it gives you a drop-in ND filter that you can use kind of before the lenses. So this is one of the lenses that I got. It is a Tokina 11-16 2.8. I got it for 4K. You basically put this adapter, put the lens. It's like a built-in ND filter for a C200 or something. Really cool. So pop it out. Different side. Coffee break. Oh, my coffee's cold now. You know what I didn't turn on? Freaking hair light. All right, the hair is lit. Not that it makes a difference. And there is like this light right here, but. All right. Filter. So So this is the ND filter that's built in. You pop this thing out, and you can put a clear one in here, but you can see that you roll the button and it goes from like 5 to 500 or something like that. So we'll be doing a review on this. There are some issues and bugs with this thing, honestly. Just kind of like spoiler alert, but it is awesome. It is great. Like I said, you just take your lens, take your adapter, and you find the red dots and you line them up. And now you have a built-in ND filter on any of your Canon EF, EFS glass. So again, 11 to 16, this is a monster lens, but works good on this adapter. Battery. So I did get an extra battery. It's a Watson battery. I think if you've used third-party batteries, you know that the Watson batteries are pretty good. Just good to have an extra battery pack. Pop it on, but it's working. Another thing I don't like is there's no hot shoe cover. I'm just used to it with the Sonys. It's one of those things that I like having a cover there. I just think it finishes it off. It's like it's missing something. Just me, I guess. I'm weird. And then the other thing that I bought that wasn't included is lens. So I got the RF 24 to 105. It's pretty much the same as the EF 24 to 105, except has this little ring at the top, and I can't explain to you how convenient this is. Like, this should be on every lens. It would just take a firmware update to have the ability to add extra rings to like Sony glass or anything and use that in your camera. Now, do they have a patent on it? I'm pretty sure, but call it something else. Give it to us. It is very, very useful. So there you have it. We just pop this on, boom, boom. And compared to the Sony, this is a really big camera package. Compared to the Sony stuff, it's quite heavy for this little kit. And if you had an equivalent Sony setup like this, it would not be this heavy. Yeah, just something to think about. If you're all about weight, you may not want to go to the Canon side of things. It is what it is, and it's something that I wanted to do. So I went ahead and made a switch. Well, not necessarily not a switch. I'm still using Sony, and now I'm using this Canon. So definitely a lot of good, definitely a lot of bad, but I won't know yet until, you know, maybe next year if I made a mistake or if I regret it. I'm hoping that the A7 IV gets announced pretty soon. I'm not counting on the A7S, but this camera here is just, I don't know. The first day I picked it up in the store, I was like, man, that thing feels good. And I think my initial thoughts on it for the preview video or the announcement video weren't very good. I mean, spec-wise, it's a little underwhelming, but I don't know. There's so many good things about it that it almost makes you forget about some of the bad things. So I'm definitely looking forward to posting content about the EOSR. So please let me know what you think. And again, my reasons for switching were just, I don't know, I kind of got bored with the Sony stuff. Just waiting and waiting for them to innovate, give us 4K 60s and all that stuff. And just some of the problems with S-Log and some of the autofocus issues where it back focus on me. Don't get me wrong, the Sony cameras are freaking, I don't know, they're great. And they are pretty much the standard now. And I love Sony, and I'm probably always gonna have a Sony. But there's just something about this thing that if Canon releases a body that can compete with, let's say, the A7 III, spec-wise, spec for spec, this overall would give you a better experience, I promise you. And again, I started with like the Nikon D3000, I've used the T2Is, I've used the Nikon D7000, I've used the D750, D800, I've used the Canon 6D, I've used like Sony A7, the original. Like, I've used all this stuff, and there's just something about this camera that makes it feel like, it just feels like the future, right? The Sony stuff is kind of been giving you a good experience, and it's kind of really consistent. Like, you know what to expect. This is Canon's first mirrorless, and it's like just new. I don't know, it's new to me, I guess. I don't know. We'll see. I may totally regret this decision, but like I said, I still have my A7S II. It's something that I've been looking for. I also kind of narrowed this down between getting, I think at first it was either the EOSR or the Nikon Z6. So the Z6 was like A7 III level specs and supposed to give you raw video in the future, which it doesn't do yet. So I found a Z6 and I couldn't jump on it at the time. So then I was like, okay, I'll just go back to EOSR. There was just something about not having log internally that I just couldn't understand, and I didn't want to go for that. So I ended up taking it off my list. And then it was between the EOSR and the 1DX Mark II. The 1DX Mark II also does not have log. It's bad in a good way. As good as this camera was, it didn't have log, and it kind of killed it. Like, there's a profile you can get that's similar to the log. It's not true log, but it was so close, and I was so close to getting that. But I'm really glad that I settled on this. and it's on sale right now, honestly, so it's a really good deal. So if this is something that you're looking into, or you already shoot Canon, if you already shoot Canon, don't even, like, just go to this. I promise you, whenever they release new ones, which may take a while, I don't know what their release cycle is, but you will definitely be able to take advantage of your current glass. So that's the one benefit. Again, this is just my opinion. Don't let me persuade you. If you're thinking about another camera, go and get that camera. The camera does not matter at the end of the day. It's all about what you can do with the camera and the way you utilize that tool. But for me, this tool kind of refreshing things for me and made me want to shoot more stuff again, and just kind of, I don't know, it's just something about it. And I wasn't paid by Canon, I wasn't paid to switch, I wasn't sent this free. Like a lot of these creators, Canon sent them this camera and they switched. I had to pay for this with my own money, man. This is my decision. This is something I gotta live with if I decide I don't like it. So, alright guys, so if you liked the video, please hit that like button, subscribe for more content just like this, or hit that notification bell if that's something that you're into. If you leave a comment, I will get back to you almost immediately. That's a wrap. YouTube life, man. Yeah, I'm actually drinking coffee today instead of a Monster or whatever. Let's see.